Hello everybody, this is Will Hader doing Packet Tracer 3612. This is the Skills Integration Challenge, of course, for Chapter 3 of CCNA 4. Welcome, welcome, welcome. I'm speaking to you from my brand new office. I just got a cool new job working as an IT guy at a local hospital. So this Packet Tracer is going to have us configure BGP. Now you don't have to worry about this note right here, but you do have to worry about this one here. What happens is we're going to have to go in through and configure the interface addressing for the listed routers. It's not a big deal, but I know there's a lot of colors and a lot of labels on this thing, and maybe it's a little intimidating, but we're going to be just fine. So let's start on HQ, since that's the first one listed here for SSH. Let's do some initial configurations. Let's see, interface. We got our G00 interface and our S000 interface. Yep. Let's copy that. Interface G00, IP address. And that is 0. No shutdown. Interface S000. Let's do another copy paste. All right. Let's see what this is going to have us do now. It wants us to configure SSH. Okay. Let's exit out of here. IP SSH. What's the first thing it wants us to do? Oh, we need to set the modulus. So let's back up. Sorry. Crypto key generates RSA, and that is 2048. All right. Domain dash name, all caps, Cisco, and then the comma is regular. Let's add a username of admin, password, what does it say here? Secure access. Did I spell that right? I think so. Okay, now it's the IP SSH. Let's see, we'll do this one first, and then we'll come back and do the VTY lines. Okay, modify the SSH defaults version 2. Let's see, timeout is going to be 60 seconds. And then our authentication retries, it says 2 retries. Okay, let's go over to our line VTY 0 through 15, and we're going to say the transport input is only going to be SSH. It won't grade you on this login local command, but you must put it in for it to work. Now, make sure you never ever do that login local command unless you have a username and password already configured. If you do this and you log out and try to log back in, you are going to be locked up, buddy. I saw a guy do it on his final exam. Oh man, he was sweating bullets. Poor guy. Next, configure the WAN link from branch. Oh, we're not going to do that. We're going to do the configure the WAN link from HQ, because that's where we're at. Using P encapsulation and CHAP authentication creates user ISP-2 with the password of Cisco. Let's do that first. So in our global config mode, ISP-2 password Cisco. And then we'll go to, let's see, we got to go back to our interface 000. Encapsulation that we're going to use P. And then let's see here. We want to do PPP authentication CHAP. That should bring it back up because it's going to use that password and username we configured earlier. All right, next. On HQ, configure a DHCP pool for the HQ LAN, with the following, or using the following requirements. Exclude the first 10 IP addresses. So if you look up here, where are we? PC3, right? So here's the first address. That's the one for the router. So 192.168.30.1, and it'll go up to 30.10 for the first 10 IP addresses. But let's go down here and exclude. Let's figure out what we need to do here. Exits IP DHCP excluded address. We want to exclude 192.168.30.1 from earlier, and then we want to go all the way up to 192.168.30.10. So that range. All right, so let's go into our LAN. DHCP. The pool is going to be LAN. That's the address from our router. And then it says it also wants us to configure something else here. It says include the DNS server attached to HQ LAN as part of the DHCP pool configuration. You'll see here that our address for that is 250. Okay, now let's give our network command. I always like to get the DHCP exclude addresses in first, the very first thing. Then I put my default router, DNS, or whatever else we need to configure. That way those addresses are locked in and used up. Then I'll put in my network command. I found that this is better to do it this way because if you put the network command first, sometimes it'll hand out some of these addresses before you can get to it, and you'll have to reconfigure everything, and it's really annoying. So our network is going to be 192.168.3.0, and I believe this is a /24. Oh, wrong side. Right here. Yep, /24. Okay, that's our network. So now we just got to turn this thing on and see if it works. I'm going to be so embarrassed if it doesn't. But it did. It worked. Yay. Okay, that's done. Let's see what else this thing wants us to do. Whoa, way too far. Way too far. We did our DHCP. Next, let's go to configure remote with, oh, that's a different router. Where's our next? Oh, here we go. HQ. Configure HQ with Bgp routing. Configure HQ to peer with ISP-2 and add HQ's internal network to BGP. Well, first things first, we say, let's get out of here, out of DHCP routing. I can't type. Router BGP. We have to give the autonomous system number. So what is that? That's going to be 65020. Okay, so now we're in the BGP routing configuration, and we have to pair it up with its neighbor, tell it who its neighbor is, and it said ISP-2. That's going to be this address right here. So we say neighbor, tell it who its neighbor is, paste, and his remote autonomous system number is, let's see here, what is it listed as? 65535. Okay. Now let's do our network command, and now we're going to share the private network. We're going to share this network with this ISP. So we're going to give the network statement of 192.168.30.0, and I think this one is just the regular subnet mask. We don't use a wildcard mask on this guy. Enter there. Okay. let's see, what's next? What is next? Let's do our, we did our eGBP. Oh, now we're going to create that tunnel. So configure HQ with a tunnel interface to send IP traffic over GRE to remote. Okay, configure tunnel 10. So that is interface tunnel. I'm going to give the interface tunnel number. Let's give ourselves an IP address on that bugger, which is tunnel, so that one right there. And that's a /30. Okay. Now what does it want us to do? Configure the tunnel with configure the tunnel source with the local interface or local exit interface. I'm sorry guys, I got up at 4:30 so I can work on this. I'm a little tired already. So the exit interface is going to be that one right there, that S000. Tunnel source S000. Alright, so that one goes this way and it's going to kind of loop around, but it thinks it's kind of just directly connected right there. And our destination, our tunnel destination is going to be that interface right there. Even though it thinks it's going to this interface, it's a virtual interface, it's actually going to that physical interface. And that physical interface number is right here. Oh, come on. There. Destination, paste. That's where it's going. Okay, so that one's set up. I think we're ready to go on that. What's next here? We got the GRE tunnel set up. Now we're going to go to Ospf. Because the HQ LAN should have connectivity to the remote LAN, configure Ospf across the GRE tunnel. So we have to share about our stuff and our things. HQ should advertise the LAN network via Ospf. HQ should be configured to form an adjacency with remote. Okay. And disable Ospf updates on appropriate interface. That's going to be that G00 interface. Router Ospf. What's the number? 100. Oh, not 1,000, 100. There we go. Okay. So the first network we want to share about is this one right here. Wildcard mask of 255 there. And this is going to be in area 0. Our next network is going to be the actual GRE tunnel, so that's that 10 network. And that's a .2, so that drops down to a 0. Because /30s are always going in increments of 4, so the network would be whatever that lowest 4 increment would be, in this case 0. Oh, hold on, other way around. .3, area 0. And then our passive interface is going to be that G00 because we don't want updates going out to the LAN and messing up everybody's day. Okay, so that should be done. I think we're pretty much finito finished on HQ. Yep, alright, let's move on to our next one. What's our next referenced guy here? Alright, branch. Configure branch. Alright, branch. Here we go. Let's do G00 first. Oops. Alright. So branch right there. Okay, so that one's up now. So we configured that. Now we do configure the WAN link from branch to ISP3 router using triple P encapsulation and CHAP authentication. So encapsulation is PPP CHAP. Oh, hold on. Authentication CHAP. Configure the WAN link. Oh, wait, hold on. I'm looking at the wrong one. Create a user. Oh, here we go. I'm going to create that user. Exit. Username ISP-3. Password Cisco. Okay, now it's up. Look at there. Great. Okay. We're done there. We don't do anything with the DHCP. All right, right here. Configure branch with eBgp routing. Configure branch to peer with ISP3 and add branch's internal network to the BGP. All right. Router BGP. What's our autonomous system number? That's going to be 65010. Network 192.168. Let's see, our network is this one, 10.0/24. Unless we have to share who our neighbors are. Won't you be my neighbor? ISP3, and that which S000. Remote AS, if I remember right, it's 65,535. Is that right? Yes. Okay, that's up. I think we're done. All right, now let's go to our next router. We're on remote. We're on remote. Oh, we probably should do their interfaces quick before we forget. Before I forget, I know you guys knew about it. Interface G00, IP address. Alright, those are done. Let's get this thing figured out here. Configure remote with a default route to ISP1 using next hop IP as an argument instead of the exit interface. IP route. Alright. So ISP1's interface is where? This guy right here. So that's that. What else here? What else? Remote. Ah, here. GRE tunneling. Configure remote with a tunnel interface to send IP traffic over GRE to HQ. So we say interface tunnel 10. Okay, now we give ourselves an IP address, which is This feels like an elevator, huh? Back and forth, up and down. Oh, I don't think I needed to do that. Oh well. Our tunnel source is going to be that same exit interface of S000. And then our tunnel destination is going to be the globally routable address right there. That's HQ S000. That's that 18 there. Cool, it's working. Router Ospf. Pretty sure we're going to be doing that. Configure remote with a tunnel. We did that. We did that. Ospf. Yep. Because the remote LAN should have connectivity to HQ, configure Ospf across. Oh wait. I think we're missing something. Branch. We didn't do this, did we? We'll have to come back and do that. All right, whatever. So because the remote LAN, blah blah blah. Let's do router. Ospf 100. Let's see here. There's a 20.0. Those debug messages just drive me nuts. Network 192.168.20.0.255. Okay, I got everything right. Let's see. Passive interface is going to be that G00. Oops. G00 again. Whoa. Okay, last but not least, DHCNP. Configure DHCP pool for the branch LAN. Exclude the first 5 addresses. DHCP, oh, hold on. Excluded addresses, 192.168. Is this the 10? Where am I? Let's see, yeah, 10 network. 10.1 to 192.168.10.5. All right, IP. DHCP pool, we're going to call it LAN. Default router is 192.168.10.1. And then it wants us also to, I believe, include the DNS server attached to HQ. That was that 30.250, I believe. DNS server. Let's see here. What was the name? 192.168.30.250. Just going from memory here. Yep, looks good. Enter. Network 192.168.10.0. All right, I think we're good. Now we just need to turn this thing on. Oops. Hopefully it works. Yay, it did. So we got our 100 points. Congratulations, you saw it through to the end. I'm so proud of you, and so is your mom. Well, I appreciate you guys hanging out with me for the last, I don't know, 45 minutes or so. You guys are awesome. If you have any questions, go ahead and put them in the comment section below, and I'll see you at the next video. Oh yeah, please subscribe. Talk to you later. Peace.